Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, present you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage, SmackDown. Hold the title, this is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now. Welcome back to another episode of Wrestling with Savage. Very special week this week. There is a lot to talk about, a lot going on in the world of professional wrestling. We had Survivor Series, big week for the WWE, absolutely huge week. If you look at the last few months, the names who have returned to the WWE like The Rock, Randy Orton, CM Punk, the signing of Jade Cargill, bringing over Cody Rhodes. The momentum has been nonstop, and they're just pouring gasoline all over the flames because WWE is absolutely on fire. Because let's not ever mistake this. This business is about one thing and one thing only, and it's not about making friends, and it was the only thing that CM Punk said that even made sense. He's there to make money, not friends. And Savage is the same way. I'm in this business to make more money than any other person that's been in this business that's ever existed. I am doing this so this way I can make a name for myself, create a legacy for myself, and create opportunity out of thin air because I have the ability. And so does CM Punk. That's why he's there. It was a good weekend for wrestling, Jay, because honestly, he is back home.
I think it was a speechless weekend. I was surprised that the pay-per-view itself was freaking amazing. Let alone what you just spoke about. I guess there's more than one story to finish.
Dude, it's crazy right now what's going on with WWE and how over they are right now, and just
ridiculous.
We're talking about merchandise being sold out, which is a rarity.
Sold out.
Sold out.
The Survivor, I tried to get the one with the Survivor Series. I couldn't get it.
Sold out. Ain't happening. That was definitely one of the most shocking moments I've ever experienced in my life because all night long I said, there's no way he's coming out. It's they're just, they're teasing it, but they teased it hard. You could even see his glove in the poster. They let you know it was going to happen. They pretty much.
Why they did it.
And we still didn't believe it. You didn't believe it?
No.
I didn't believe it. But then the music hits, and out comes CM Punk. And the reason why I have this picture up right now is because if you notice, I made all the winners of the main event much smaller than CM Punk because his moment not only outshined everything else that happened the whole night. And think about this. We're talking about a 3-hour show, 4 hour of pre-matches, everybody showing up to the arena, tired after 4 hours. They're screaming all night. They just let it all out in the... And boom, Punk comes out, and we hear one of the most thunderous, natural. Of course, it's his hometown, but I'll be honest with you, Jay. I'm confident that in any major city market, Punk comes out, even in New York, he's probably getting an even louder pop than he got in Chicago. Just because it's WWE, we never thought it was going to happen. That moment of him just coming back, because I look at it like this. The majority of people that watch Punk over the last 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, a lot of them don't even know what AEW is. Like, we're talking about the super WWE, casual, mediocre, hardcore fanish, right? And they're into this shit. They remember Punk. They love Punk. He hasn't been around in a long time. To a lot of people, Jay, you have to think about this. That's the first time they've seen Punk since maybe UFC or back in WWE.
Agreed. About 9-10 years.
You know what I mean? So if you're that person in any crowd, you're going to lose your mind if you haven't seen this guy in like 9-10 years and he comes out. It was a moment that obviously motivated
But
everybody.
this is what I ask you, though. This is where I ask you. Would you have pulled the trigger just like they did Saturday, or wait? Because I personally feel this totally outshine Randy Orton's comeback.
I was going to go into that as I break down Survivor Series, which, we are going to do. We have some breaking news that I do want to get into real quick just to get it out of the way, and we'll keep it moving. You know what I mean? Breaking news, though. Fan favorite WWE program has come to an end, and that program is, Jay, it's Corey Graves. Yeah, Corey Graves' podcast is over, so that will not be happening anymore. Tammy Lynn Cinch. All right, she pissed off the whole world. All right, but she pissed off the world even more by blaming her downfall on Chris Candido's death during sentencing hearings. And even more shocking news, Brutus the Barber, his wife, was supposed to be at the hearing as a witness, character witness, and she no-showed, Jay.
You can't get involved in stuff like that, man.
Well, it's one thing not to get involved, but if you say you're going to be there, you should be there. I mean,
this is like the Danny Masterson, Ashton Kutcher. Look what happened to that.
I don't blame her because she was going to get whatever she had coming to her, But let's move on to other news. Reason for Dixie Carter's surprise backstage visit. I didn't even know she visited backstage.
I'm not surprised.
Apparently, we're doing business. Maybe.
No, she lives there. I'm not surprised. Not the first time.
Well, they're probably friends, man. But Triple H wasn't even there, so maybe I heard Stephanie was there though.
Yeah, she was there.
So she probably came to hang out with Steph. They're probably good friends. Well, why wouldn't they be? Also, this was a little upsetting to read, but I had read that Jade Cargill, basically, I don't think she's going to debut anytime soon, Jay.
I think I have Royal Rumble.
Okay.
You need a lot of women, and you need 30 women, and you need top stars.
And you need that pop.
Jade Cargill.
You need that pop.
You need it, and you will get it. And I told you, Savage, no matter how green she is, this is the perfect match. She'll be covered. You won't even see her.
Well, you're calling Jade Cargill to come up to the Rumble. I'm calling AJ Lee. I think AJ Lee's going to make a return at the Rumble and shake things up, man. Yeah.
Oh, for what?
Maybe. Why not? Sell more merch.
Isn't she doing well?
Like we mentioned earlier, she's doing a lot. She's writing, she's producing.
Good.
Well, maybe she wants to be closer with Phil. By the way, his merch is all sold out.
I couldn't get that there, so I don't know where that nearly sold out.
Now, I heard this right here. CM Punk's promo time was cut short. What do you think about that? Do you think that's true?
I counted 7 minutes. You know why? Because I saw this earlier this morning. I got 7 minutes. But he ended it perfectly on time, though.
Well, we're going to talk about it a little bit, and that was your... That was your breaking news. Trying to keep it short here. We got to get into the week of WWE. Started off with WWE SmackDown. He's coming out to the ring to start off their program with Damage Control. Obviously, they want to build up the hype to that match. It's the night before. All right. They're going to talk a little shit, a little smack. Nothing crazy. Undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship match over here. Obviously, Judgment Day, we're going to win this one. We knew that. I mean,
I wanted a title change. I ain't gonna lie. That's how good the Street Profits looked that match.
Street Profits did look good, yes. And it might be time for that title change, man. But maybe that's a Mania moment though. And with Bobby Lashley,
Well, what good does the Tag Team Championship does in a Survivor Series War Game match? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I would have liked it. I would have liked it.
So you wanted them to have double duty then?
Yeah, maybe.
All right. Kevin Owens and LA Knight defeated Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. Obviously, KO and LA Knight, that's a hell of a tag team right there. Maybe they got something there with that. I don't know. Feels like LA Knight's just getting mixed into the shuffle right now because the tribal chief is absent. He's not in attendance. And I kind of feel bad for Grayson Waller and Austin Theory in this scenario. I mean, obviously, look at these shots. This is a great shot. I mean, obviously, you don't need me to tell you how good Austin Theory is. But right now, I think they're just lost in translation because the star power in WWE is at an all-time high. So a lot of these guys are going to be waiting in line for opportunities, including LA Knight. Did you have a take on that match, Jay? The LA Knight match?
I thought it was a good match, but Savage, I'm really convinced that Theory and Waller lose more than they win. And I'm convinced.
No, you're right.
I'm personally convinced now that there's no plans for LA Knight.
Yeah, probably. I think they're both lost in translation right now, especially with Punk coming back. I mean, I don't know how you're going to fit LA Knight into any of the main event scenarios at WrestleMania. Before Saturday, I would have told you LA Knight probably was going to be in one of the WrestleMania main events, but now I'm like certain that it will not happen.
I still don't think Punk does anything tonight, but I just feel like they have no plans for Knight. And from what we saw last night, and I think we have a clear idea of what's going to happen next year.
Let me throw a curveball at you. What if somehow, some way, before Mania, Punk is able to get his hands on that title from Seth Rollins, right? Beats him on a match. I don't know what match. I don't know where. He just beats him. He's the champ now. Before Mania. LA Knight wins the Rumble, challenges Punk. We have LA Knight versus CM Punk for LA Knight to go over at Mania. How do you feel about that?
I don't see it. I don't see it just for the fact that Punk is back as a face. So you can't just turn a face in 1 month as a heel. For me, I'm going to say, what does it do for Punk to be in the Rumble? Nothing. I would say Punk, Rollins, Royal Rumble. Rollins cheats to beat Punk, turns heel. Punk, Rollins, WrestleMania. Punk takes the title face.
Could happen. Santos Escobar attacked Carlito ahead of their Survivor Series match, and this would lead to, we'll talk about it when we get to Survivor Series. Pretty Deadly defeated the Brawling Brutes, and actually, I thought was a fun match. Yeah, it was a good match for sure.
The Brawling Brutes are doing something really great. They're breaking up in front of our eyes. I love it.
Yeah, but Pretty Deadly's getting put over. I like seeing the changing of the guard here with some of these tag teams from NXT that are now killing it on SmackDown and Raw. Wow, look, Damage Control coming out, the newly maybe they're called Super Damage Control now. But Bayley and Asuka went on to defeat Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch. So Damage Control going over strong on SmackDown. We'll see if that momentum carries over to Survivor Series. I don't know, but here we are. We are at Survivor Series. And speaking of those ladies, they're going to open up the night. All right. Look at this. Chaos. This spot right here with the garbage can, by the way, was phenomenal. Because
probably made up for all the BS that we saw in the first half of the match.
You're not wrong about that. There was a lot of nonsense going on in the first half. It just looked like people were waiting for everybody to kind of get to their spots. Until then, it was until everybody was in the ring, it felt like it was all over the place. But once all the ladies got in the ring, I thought that's when the real action started, and we saw some craziness. Charlotte Flair, I don't know if you saw the kick that she did, or not the kick, basically coming down her flashed, I believe, in Io Sky. Was it Io Sky's face, or was it Kairi Sane?
I think I'm gonna say Sky.
Yeah, I think it was Io Sky. I saw a picture on Twitter, and dude, it was brutal. Like, huge mark right across the forehead. You could see Charlotte Flair's boot print on the girl's face. We got the manhandle slam through the table off the. I don't know why she didn't go to the top rope for this one.
I don't know why either. That was a little confusing for me. But this wasn't, not going to say it was a good match. It was a match for what it is. First of all, happy holidays to you, Gianna Forever. What's up, buddy?
Happy holidays, brother.
It was just a match. I thought Shanti was the worst because she did too many spots calls. If you remember, Savage, she was on the top rope and she was calling a spot to Sky to just move over so she could just do her little moonsault, whatever she was trying to do. So I thought she did bad. I like the Lynch and Flair moment. I thought that was really awesome to see. The Sky moment you talked about. Flair had her moment with the moonsault. I'm just gonna say this, Savage. It's War Games, right? Why we didn't get no more tables? Why just one?
Well, we didn't get a lot of things, but at the end of the day, the ladies did kick off the night with a pretty good match, solid match, entertaining match. They came through in the clutch. There were some memorable spots. That garbage can spot, extremely difficult to jump off of a cage, and you can't see where you're going.
No, don't worry. I'm sure they'll all move in one unison to catch you.
Yeah, dude. It was crazy.
Carlito.
Now, this match came out of nowhere, right? Because that's not the match we got.
No.
Instead, we got Santos Escobar and Dragon Lee.
Why aren't you helping me?
We must have some technical difficulties, but we got.
Do you want to be on the show? Jay, why don't you talk about this match in detail, my friend?
Well, this was a short match, but it delivered. I think it made Santos solidified a little bit, him being as a heel. Kudos to Dragon Lee. He just continues to prove until, like I said, this guy was 12-12 in NXT. That's 50-50 he was in. Now he's just definitely increased his wins. Now he's about 70% winning his matches. Unfortunately, he took the loss, but like I say to everybody, just because you lose doesn't mean you really lose. He got a lot of pops from Michael Cole, which was blasting Dragon Lee. I like the little package they did a little earlier before all this happened. I think it was on SmackDown. We saw a little story about Dragon Lee and what he's all about. I think he is the next Lucha Libre. I really thought it was Santos, but I like what these two delivered. I thought it was money, and kudos. I mean, let's see how far Santos Escobar can go. I mean, everybody was chanting asshole in the match. So is it going to pay off? Can you follow? Because we have seen people in this position many, many times, it being the biggest pop in the world, and then the next day they just fall flat, and all you hear is crickets. It all depends on how you carry yourself, but he carries himself like a star. So I'm willing to see what's the future holds for the next two guys over here. Then I couldn't even see it with my own eyes. We had Rhea Ripley versus Zoe Stark. What can I say about this match? This match was underwhelming to me. I always said that it was difficult to have two heels in a match because you don't know who to root for. I was actually watching this match. I was kind of hoping Zoe Stark was going to show me something. And look, she did. She did a little corkscrew moonsault. She did drop kick. She was on the outside. She was talking trash. She was throwing Rhea through the announcer table. We've seen all this, but you know what happened? The crowd was quiet. They were quiet, and they weren't on Zoe Stark because, like I said, Zoe Stark is not believable. I don't know what happened when she transitioned from NXT to the main roster, but she just lost some sort of edge on her. She had a chip on her shoulder in NXT. She was probably one of the top heels NXT had before she got called up. She comes to this and she falls flat. I personally, just as the crowd that was watching, cannot believe Zoe Stark will even have a chance, even at the near falls, to win the title. There's just no freaking way because she's unbelievable to me with my own eyes, and I can't see it anymore. I am starting to give up on Zoe Stark, and this match wasn't. Kudos to Rhea. We all know what she could do. I'm not going to talk much about that, but what can we say from Rhea Ripley and Zoe Stark? Did this match deliver for you? Because I personally feel all of you watching just basically took a bathroom break, because that's what I did. That's exactly what I did. And now we have here slides and photos of the men's War Game match. Probably one of the most memorable War Games men's match we have had in history. Probably in the last, I'm going to say 10 years. I always like the 2006, 2007 Survivor Series. That's just me. But this one did deliver. Obviously it's going to start off slow, but I always have a problem. When you have War Games matches, you need to have more tables, right? Tables, ladders, candlesticks, chairs. I just don't know why we didn't get no more tables. I think that was the most disappointing thing for me personally, that we didn't get enough tables. I want to see more tables, just like the fans did. But, it was good. We got what we wanted. We wanted Randy Orton to come back. I didn't think he was going to come back. I thought they was going to pull some shit on the fly, but they didn't. And I was truly happy when he came out, probably the biggest pop. Boom, did his signature moves. Boom. Let's not forget about that beautiful RKO that JD took. I mean, amazing time, amazing moment right there. Everything was going smooth in this match. I was entertained for the most part. I enjoyed it. There was some spots I could have lived without. Like this spot right here. I'm not really a huge fan of that. Doesn't do anything for me. I like how Drew was trying to play the chase of getting Jey Uso, but that didn't really go well, as we all know. But let's all pay attention here, because I don't think we paid attention to the women's match. Both matches, Bayley took the pinfall, Priest took the pinfall. Priest being the leader of the Judgment Day, where is that going to go? Can that lead to the breakup? Same thing goes for Bayley. Bayley was the MVP of the Women's War Games match. I would pick her as a top star in that match. But she also took a pinfall. So what does that say? Are we going to kick you out now because now things have changed and now we just don't need you anymore for the group you created? I would love to see where both stories are going to go. This beautiful spot right here wasn't bad. Overall, this was crazy, but it got crazier afterwards, and we all know why. I'm wearing the t-shirt, for God's sakes. I think 1 million people out there, 24 million people watching his return on YouTube. Let's not forget about that. Let's just talk about CM Punk. And did this do anything for anybody? I think it did for the whole world. I was speechless. I didn't believe it because we got Randy Orton. But did I like this? Would I have booked it this way is what I asked Savage earlier. And for me to answer my own question, I asked Savage and I asked each of you, I would have not done it. I would have waited. I would have waited to the Royal Rumble to do a shocker. Why? Let's not forget last year's Royal Rumble. How many shockers we had, folks? 0. 0 shockers. This would have been the beautiful shocker since Edge. Let's face it, whether you're Edge head or not, this would have definitely topped it off the roof. I would have waited because I just feel a man just had back surgery, fusion surgery, been out for 1.5 years. He finally does good in the match because he doesn't have to sell, which is great. I get it. Beautiful RKO to JD, and you take a shine away for, I don't know, 40 seconds. Now, there was some aftermath footage of people in the front row capturing Seth Rollins, giving the bird, giving the finger, giving this, saying, F you, don't need you. Let's not forget Rhea Ripley was caught in a video giving the middle finger, pointing at the clock like it's really clobbering time, like, we don't need it. Finger, here's the bird. Now, people say, is it a shoe? Does it work? Listen, folks. WWE is always about being business first. Whether you hate each other or love each other, you're not supposed to do either. You're here for yourself. So, obviously, it's all a shoot. I'm loving it because there is a story behind this, and it could lead to something beautiful at WrestleMania. That's how I feel about it. If you guys have anything to take on what I say, do you think this was the right call? Do you guys think this was the call? There he is with no volume whatsoever. We cannot hear him. We have.
That's because I had to have myself muted, man. That's called chaos. New shirt.
I just answered my own question I asked you, so now I ask you, would if you have booked this? Will you have booked Punk to come out at the end, even though it didn't interfere in the match, come out and get this pop over taking RKO's return?
My honest opinion, if I had to book it, but I didn't book it, I'm okay with the booking because I didn't book it. And I understand WWE's logic. It's about to be Christmas. It's about money. This business is about money. It's about making money. And you can't make money if the character isn't on screen. All right, characters on screen. Now we can sell merch. Now we can make money. That's why t-shirts are sold out. They will continue to be sold out through Christmas. And this was a money move, a money-making move. It's a very PG move because we'll get into that on the Raw version. But at the end of the day, it was still a hell of a moment. It was a shock moment. And it did what it was supposed to do, which is get people talking and make it the most viral viewed clip in the history of the world wrestling entertainment industry. A mission accomplished. If I could book it, yeah, I would have booked him at the Rumble.
I agree.
How do you not take advantage of that music kicking off at like number 30 or number 15 or whatever?
There's no shockers there. That's why I said it would have been a beautiful shock since
then. Listen, we haven't had anything insane happen at Survivor Series in a long time. Now, this can go down as probably the most iconic Survival Series moment of all time besides Undertaker's debut. This is like right up there with that. And that debut wasn't what this was. It's what it is now, like 30 years later after the career. You go back and you're like, damn.
This was just to sell merch. I bet you after all this, there was just merch waiting right outside.
Absolutely.
$35.
Absolutely. This was all about selling merch. And now we'll get into Monday Night Raw where CM Punk was advertised to be there. So everybody expected huge ratings, huge numbers. The Judgment Day interrupted Randy Orton. We got to see a little one-on-one kind of situation between Randy and Rhea Ripley. This was fun to see, fun to look at. I thought it was playful, and it got a lot out. You know, Randy had some good comebacks here, saying, well, daddy's home, you know, like I feel like that's a t-shirt right there. People were definitely popping for that. And Randy made himself look strong and let everybody know that nothing's changed. He's not going to listen to anybody. And, you know, he's coming for everybody, including Bloodline.
Well, it's official. He's a face. I mean, he got a big pop last night, came out. I love him with Rhea. I thought they both had chemistry. But I'm going to call this the mission statement he put out there. I'm coming after the Bloodline no matter who it is. I'm calling it. I got Orton. And I got Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble.
Could happen. Randy's back too, and you can't underplay him. He got jumped by the Judgment Day, but still came out on top with the RKO. Who's this guy? Is this Jelly Roll?
I don't know, man. Whatever you
Jelly Roll? I don't know, man.
That's his name. I just don't know. Whatever you want to.
Hi, Father Charlie. Great t-shirt here. Okay. The Creed brothers emerged victorious in a tag team turmoil to become the #1 contenders to the undisputed WWE tag team champions. The Judgment Day. DIY defeated Indus Sher. The Creed brothers defeated DIY. The Creed brothers then defeated the New Day, and the Creed brothers defeated Imperium. So Creed brothers dominating in the night. Indus Sher obviously getting buried in front of us, but the Creed brothers looking good. Hella good. We'll get into that in a minute. Jay, what'd you think about this match?
First of all, I thought it was freaking pointless, to be honest. I thought it was too long. And I saw a lot of good things and bad things, Savage. Number one, DIY is dead. That's it. It's over for DIY. After all this, it's truly over. So let's burn that away to the side. But look at the Creed brothers. This was all about the Creed brothers. This match was the Creed brothers to get over in a huge, huge way.
This was their coming out party.
And look at Julius. He jumped over two guys to jump leapfrog in the turnbuckle. He slipped on one of the guys and still leapfrog with a quick recovery to do a suplex. I have a problem with that. That's just athleticism, and you can't buy that. So I would love to see where they go, and I would not mind them taking the belts off the Judgment Day.
Yeah, Gianna, I mean, honestly, Orton comeback. It
just got overshadowed.
Randy's Randy. He's been gone. He's come back. He's been gone. He's come back. He's been gone. He's come back.
Oh,
CM Punk has been gone.
Way gone.
Okay. So his return's going to instantly overshadow. Doesn't matter who else was out there. Okay. That, especially in Chicago, not going to happen. Not going to happen. But listen, Creed brothers looking phenomenal. I'm glad to see NXT guys getting that #1 contender shot. Are they going to win, though? We'll find out. Shinsuke Nakamura blindsided Cody Rhodes with a red mist attack after a vignette that he played. I'll go to you first on this, Jay. What do you think about them putting Shinsuke with Cody Rhodes?
It's a filler. Let's be honest. We need somebody to fill in for a month, and the only heel we could get that actually could do something in the ring is Shinsuke Nakamura. I would have paid AJ Styles. We don't even know where he is, but here we are. I'm not a fan, Savage, as more as you are, Nakamura, so I am not convinced or sold.
I'm happy for Nakamura because at the end of the day, Cody Rhodes is pretty much one of the most over talents. I'm not going to say he's the most over, but he's one of the most over talents that WWE has. So just the opportunity that he gets to work with him does a lot for Shinsuke Nakamura. It's going to get him a massive exposure. It's going to give him a massive opportunity to work and tell a story with a character that people actually are emotionally invested to. They want to see Cody finish the story. And when you talk about the story, it's a good story, a lot of good chapters. And just, I look at it like this, Jay. Shinsuke Nakamura now gets to be a chapter in that story. And we'll see just how much of an effect he will have on that story.
And then he will fight Chad Gable after Cody Rhodes.
It's a possibility. Giannis calling for AJ Styles to be back Friday at the Barclays Center. Who is the devil? We'll talk about that tomorrow because I thought it was Punk, and I was obviously very wrong. It's Tony Khan. It might as well be Tony Khan at this point.
He's not even a double. He's just a kid.
Maybe. What'd you think about this match? Monday Night Raw. Two big men. A lot of meat.
I'm going to be honest with you. This was actually fun for what it was, but the crowd was quiet most of the match until they started going on the outside and beating the hell out of each other. That spot right there by Ivar was great. I thought both guys were entertaining. I see a Falls Count Anywhere match happening at least next week or the week after. It has to be. But
I would love if it was Shane McMahon. Yeah, no, Jay, you're 100% right. The match was actually very good, and they got a holy shit chant out of that crowd. So, I mean, obviously they did something
after the match.
It doesn't matter.
They didn't get it in the match. It was
match or act. The point is, when they're out there, it's their time. They got the holy shit chant on their time, is my point. Nia Jax, Zoe Starks going at it on Raw. Nia Jax, of course, defeats Zoe Starks. They're really booking her strong. I'm wondering if they're going to go the bloodline route with her.
No.
And does she have free agent status? Like, can she go to SmackDown whenever she wants?
Savage, I don't know if you get paid for covering Nia Jax and making her believable, but she is the most dangerous woman wrestler in the entire pro wrestling business. Okay,
well, she did it.
I don't know why you keep covering this girl, but let's talk about Zoe Stark. You're talking about push. You could either talk about both women. Both women are getting pushed, and both women are not delivering. This is again a follow-up match Zoe Stark had after Rhea Ripley, and every move she does is great. But nobody cares because nobody's interested in Zoe Stark. She's not believable. And when you're not believable, you start to diminish right in front of our eyes. As for Nia Jax Savage, I'm going to say this. After her beating Zoe Stark because she's tough, she will face Rhea Ripley at the Rumble.
Okay, well, that's a good call. I like that call. And we're going to get back into Raw, but I figured first I'll give you a little action from
Battlefield.
No Man's Land, just a little. And that's how you get an advantage. You attack right away. When you see a guy like Snitsky get in the ring, the only chance you're going to have is by trying to attack him right away. And that's what clients like mine do. Spencer Slade is my client, and he is the future Battlefield professional wrestling heavyweight champion of the world. And that shit is just a fact, man. But before we hear from Spencer Slade, let's listen to Jordan Oliver. Huge match tonight. What are you thinking about tonight?
I'm thinking that I heard Vinnie Mac thinks he's the man. I heard Vinnie Mac thinks he's the shit. Well, to be honest with you, Vinnie Mac, when I heard I was wrestling you, I looked you up. I went on my phone, I looked up Vinnie Mac Pro Wrestling. And you know what I saw? Absolutely nothing. I think you're a phony. I think you're a fraud. I don't think you're the shit. I think you are the shit. And I think tonight, he's going to get in there with a real pro wrestler, one of the best pro wrestlers. And everyone's going to watch you get exposed in the battlefield live on Premier Streaming Network by the Clout Cutter, by Jordan Oliver, the East Coast Ace.
Strong words from the East Coast Ace. Make sure you're watching No Man's Land tonight live on pay-per-view. All right, so that's Jordan Oliver. Some of you may know him, be familiar with him. Get used to that name because he's up there with the likes of a Nick Wayne. He's up there with the likes of a, let's see, let me give it another good name over here. I don't know, maybe a Casey Navarro. He's good. He's really good. Keep an eye out for him. I think Casey Navarro would still bless him, but I just think. Are you familiar with Vinnie Mac?
I know because I asked him questions on when you had him on the show.
Championship material? Well, let's hear them because I had a little interview with him too. We're here live at the battlefield. I'm going to try to get a word with Vinnie Mac, Mr. Ruda from Championship Material. I need to know.
I'm
literally about
Savage, what did I tell you about scheduling this stuff? You're such a creep showing up like this all the time out of nowhere.
Fans,
You don't deserve this no more.
that's rude, Vinnie Mac. Oh my God, this is unbelievable. The disrespect.
Oh, yes.
Vinnie Mac, you got a hell of a challenge tonight, taking on Jordan Oliver.
Yeah, give me this. Big breakfast, right? GCW superstar. You think I'm worried? Do I look worried? Battlefield Professional Wrestling Universe. I'm not worried one single solitary bit because I'm the most tremendous man on God's green earth. You know that better than anyone. Tell them who I am.
He's Vinnie Mac. He is pretty tremendous. But
No, not pretty tremendous. I am the most tremendous. You're going to find that out. Jordan Oliver's going to find that out. And at the end of the day, this is my show, and I'll continue to make this my show. You have anything to say, you beautiful bald human? Because I don't want him talking no more.
You know what Jordan Oliver is not? Tremendous.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Anything else?
no, I think we're good. We're covered here at No Man's Land. Big challenge for Vinnie Mac. We'll see if Championship Material can live up to the name.
Very good.
So I want to tell you something about that skit he did. That was straight up me just walking up on them while they were having a conversation. Not planned, not nothing. Just a straight live shoot. Everything you saw raw and organic on the spot. Not even remotely
So you gotta
discussed.
do.
That's when I think you get your best work.
I think you should train Zoe Stark.
Maybe. I like Zoe, though. I think Zoe's more restricted than she is conflicted. If that makes sense to you. A lot to talk about from Battlefield, though. I did a crazy interview. Are you familiar with Homicide?
I think the whole world is.
Yeah. Homicide's pretty legendary, man. And, considering it's the holiday season, why don't we have a little chat with Homicide next to the Christmas tree? Savage here live with wrestling legend Homicide tonight. No Man's Land. You're taking on KC Navarro. What are you going to teach him tonight?
Let's do this left field. Let's talk about something else. Back in the days when I was 13 years old, I used to be an altar boy. I went to this little bahamba, whatever you call it, so I gotta be nice. So I used to be an altar boy, and the priest used to smack me up. I'm Catholic, so yes, I had priests smacking me up. I was abused, and there was another kid laughing at me. He had like a $1 million smile, always have money in church. I don't get that. And make the fast forward to right now. I'm a kid right now. I don't like the priest. He's dead. Good for you. That kid, wherever he's at, I think you died too. You was a bully. And I think the spirit came to KC Navarro because KC is a handsome man with a $1 million smile. He's from Miami. He got the money, the glory. KC remind me of this kid. So imagine what's gonna happen to him tonight. So we got the little Christmas tree. Be trying to be jelly. I like your suit. Purple is a great color. KC, I'm going to kill you tonight. I don't care who you are. You must be the fastest rising free agent in the world. I don't care. I'm going to take you back to Miami in the body bag because this is Homicide and you don't want to F with me. That's it. Merry Christmas, it's a Bahama and Puerto Pico. This is for you. I am number one.
Scary words for KC Navarro. We'll see if he can survive tonight against Homicide.
Savage, I just want to say one thing I think the whole world's thinking about. What in the blue hell was this guy talking about?
I think he was talking about a real story about how he got abused from a priest as a child.
Shit, I'm surprised you stood there with a straight face, just holding that microphone.
I am a professional. And
That's 3 minutes of rambling. That's organic rambling.
That's as organic as it gets,
What
baby.
are you talking about?
Well, he said he was going to kill Casey Navarro, and if you want to find out,
No, he said Casey Navarro looks good. I don't know where the killing part of Casey Navarro came from. It was more.
He saved it for the end. I thought it was pretty good. At the end, he just said, "I'm going to kill you." I was ready to damn.
I was already lost after the Christmas tree. I was already lost.
Well, my God. Now let's have a word with my future client, Spencer Slade. Savage here at the battlefield. I'm going to try to get a word with Spencer Slade. Mr. Slade, tonight, no man's land. You're taking on Snitsky. What are we going to see tonight here in Broadheadsville, Pennsylvania?
I'm taking on Snitsky. Well, for those of you who don't know, last month, it didn't end very well for me, especially against that monster, Dark STG. But I'm a changed man. Look at me. I survived the monster. I'm better looking. I'm in better shape. And my in-ring cardio is at the all-time best. So Snitsky, when you're on your back and that ref counts 1, 2, 3 with my hand raising victory, it was your fault all along. Fear the gear.
Good luck to you, Snitsky. He looks very determined. I'm here with Spencer Slade, and it's very obvious to me that with my guidance, Spencer Slade is headed for the top of the battlefield. We are coming for the championship gold, and I only deal with the very best. I only deal with people that are going to make me the most money. And when we're talking about money, when we're talking about championship gold, there's no name on the top of my list other than Spencer Slade. And we're coming for the Battlefield World Heavyweight Championship.
And I went out and found the absolute best representation to get the job done, because you're looking at the new BPW World Heavyweight Champion.
Savage here to let you know you're watching Saturday Morning Superstars. So yeah, Saturday Morning Superstars, Battlefield.
The pressure's on you now. Now you got to deliver to your client a title shot.
He's already got a title shot. He's in the championship qualifier at DEF CON 1, which takes place in December. It's going to be a 10-man tournament. Snitsky's in it. Casey Navarro's in it. Dark STG's in it. There's definitely some hefty competition. But I can guarantee you, with my guidance, Spencer Slade will be walking out of that tournament with the title. And our reign of championship glory will begin at DEF CON 1.
Will Homicide be in it?
That I don't know yet. There's still a few people to be announced, but I'm determined to make sure that Spencer Slade is your new Battlefield Pro Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion. And that's going to happen. And by the way, he's also an NWA, wrestling all over the place. He's worked with WWE before, but the next time they get a glimpse of Spencer Slade with a little dash of Savage next to him, they're going to see money. That's my take on that. But I guess we can get back to Monday Night Raw now. Get back to how do you think her hole is doing?
What are you talking about?
Nia Jax. Did she hurt her hole on this night?
Savage, I'm telling you, she's the most dangerous worker in all pro wrestling. Anything she does is dangerous.
I don't think she's that dangerous. I think you think she's way more dangerous than
you and other people are coming. I don't know what you guys doing. I mean, what proof do I need to show you?
So let's keep it moving from Nia Jax. She can't take up too much longer of this show. We have Seth Rollins over here coming out. He is going to make a statement, and that statement's going to get interrupted by Jey Uso after he makes the save. Drew McIntyre is the one that did the interrupting, and then Jey Uso made the save. But Drew McIntyre changing before our eyes, obviously very upset that Jey Uso is going to get the title shot, and he's not going to get the title shot. What do you feel about this? Is Drew going to come out on top in this storyline?
First of all, when you do a headbutt, hit the guy, not the belt. That's rule number one. Number two, the heel turn is turning slowly, and you know what? It's a slow burn, but I'm loving it. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I do agree with Drew on this, Savage and everybody. He did beat Jey Uso. You should be the one after the belt, but I guess it's just a storyline to piss him off, and it's working. And I'm interested to see what happens, and I'm interested to see what happens next week. Sign me up.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested. And Daniel, I'll do whatever it takes to get the job done. So will Spencer Slade. We will do anything whatever we need to do, whatever mountain we need to climb, whatever wall we need to break through, whatever steel chair I need to grab and bash someone over the head with, whatever I need to do to get the job done. If I have to get a little hurt, I got to get a little physical. I got to walk around with a neck brace on for a couple of months. It's okay as long as that gold stays where it is. And Gianna Forever, to respond to your comment, bro, Spencer Slade is way more intelligent than that. He knows better. He knows that sticking with Savage will keep championship gold around his waist and his wallet and bank account filled with cash.
Gotta get in those contracts. Gotta get in those
titles. Gotta get him that money. Spencer Slade deserves that money, but there's a lot of guys at Battlefield that deserve that money. We have Primetime Heat, who's an awesome tag team. They're the tag team champions of the world. They deserve that money. Yeah. Casey Navarro deserves that money. But Spencer Slade, like I said, is at the top of my list. And Daniel, maybe you can come show up.
I think you need to bring your client here right before the pay-per-view hits next time. Let him talk. Let's hear what you guys say.
We might have to do that. We might just have to do that. But I feel like, we're such a big championship match coming up. We kind of need to work in secret right now. We don't really want to give away our plan, Jay.
Call Homicide if you want.
No. I would listen. If I wanted to learn how to get rid of a body, I would call Homicide. Okay.
Oh God, I wouldn't even trust him with a Christmas tree.
That's not nice. Be nice to Homicide. Drew McIntyre over here beating the hell out of Seth Rollins. Jey Uso does make the save. We get the super double, super kick, drop kick. I mean, they're going nuts right here. This is a great shot, by the way. Overall, Jey Uso got a huge pop too when he came out. He's got that crowd wrapped around his finger as well. Chelsea Green and Piper Niven defeated Tegan Nox and Natalya to retain the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. Big match.
Quiet.
Yeah, big match with no pop though. Randy Orton defeated Dominic Mysterio in the main event.
This was fun. All his signature got pop. All his signature got pop. Boom, 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 boom. DDT, RKO, Power Slam. I don't know what this guy is like.
He's a singer.
Is he a singer? Does he sell cakes? Like, I don't know. Like, what does he do? He reminds me of this guy called Eddie Thorpe, and I still don't know what Eddie Thorpe is. So,
this guy's a singer.
He's a singer. I thought he baked cakes like Martha. Like, he was like a co-owner.
He's just a singer. But yeah, this match was actually good. Randy Orton looks in phenomenal shape. He probably looks like he's in the best shape of his life.
The Savage, I think they're booking him cautiously. Look who they partner him. Dominic Mysterio, he doesn't have to sell. Let's see him in a long match when he does have to sell.
So we get to the Monday Night Raw part of CM Punk. What was your take on CM Punk addressing everybody? And to me, I thought the return at Survivor Series was way bigger than this moment because I felt like this moment was restricted. I felt like there was a time restraint, and I also felt like there was it just could have been a little. I would have rather seen his first appearance on Raw lead right into a storyline.
I hear it. Those are all good points, Savage. I just want to point out before I begin. He's basically the biggest baby face right now that they have on Raw or SmackDown. I think everybody's anticipation of CM Punk is chaos. And I think they all think that every promo he does is going to be a pipe bomb. But it's not. I thought it was good for what it was because it's basically telling us, hey, I went everywhere. I haven't been here, but when I come here, it's home. I'm happy to be here. People are kissing me in the mouth. People are hugging me in the back. I thought it was just about him being happy that he's finally here. He's finally home where he belongs. And I agree. He does belong in WWE. Should have never left. But that being said, I think we have so much time, Savage, to do anything we want with Punk. I like how they're doing this. They're slow burning it for us. We all know it's going to work a major program with Seth freaking Rollins. It's been all over this past weekend. I'll show you all the videos and everything. So I like it. You don't have to rush it. And, you know, as you heard Rollins promo earlier before this, he talked about it, but very less because he's not going to talk about it. I think this is good. I don't know where we go from here, but we'll see. We'll see where it goes. We'll definitely see. But I'll tell you something. This is a very huge loss, I think, for AEW as a company because it's like, how can we respond now? Do we sign Dolph Ziggler? Is that what's going to do it? We sign Dolph Ziggler and someone else. I don't know, the Garcia twins that you like. Is that going to give us a big pop, big ratings? They basically built Collision over this guy, and now it's Collision with no star. I just think it's a shot, and I'm excited to see where this goes, man. I really am.
I'm surprised he didn't like bring that title on Raw with him and throw it in a garbage can or something.
I think everybody just had a high expectation, like, oh my God, what he's gonna say about AEW. He's gonna say this, he's gonna say counterfeit bucks or this or that. I wasn't expecting that, but I feel you on the time. It was only 7 minutes, but he ended it on time. And that's a great.
To me, the best line of the night was at the end. I felt like the only time that he was actually honest was at the end when he said, "I'm not here to make friends. I am here to make money." And then he also had that rip for the hockey team, which I think
that was fun.
He showed, and he also said that he wants to be himself, right? He wants to be the real him, and I think the real him actually is a bad guy. And Seth is such a babyface right now worldwide. It's going to be interesting to see the dynamic with Seth Rollins and CM Punk. I do think they're going to have a program, and I also think they're going to main event WrestleMania Night 1. Because let's not also forget that he mentioned the wise man. You know, the wise man told him you're not going to get everything you want out of this place, until you leave, which he did.
It's true.
And now he probably made a deal and said, I'm only coming back if I main event WrestleMania. Night 1, Night 2.
I just personally think he has to save his reputation. He got a really bad reputation the last few months. It doesn't look good, and you don't want to go out like that. I mean, you want to go home, go out on a high note. He never main evented WrestleMania, so what you're saying can't happen. But I personally feel if that happens, he really took Jay and Jimmy's spot because I had them Night 1 main eventing WrestleMania.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing right there. There's a lot of factors to be played here. Him and Heyman do have history. I mean, essentially, theoretically, Punk could win the Rumble, and then Heyman turns on Roman at Mania. Punk's your new champion. That's storytelling 101.
But why have him in the Rumble? What would it do? Nothing. Just have him work the program with Rollins, like I say. First match,
I agree.
Rollins cheat to win, and you go from Mania.
I agree. But if there is which, by the way, I don't think there is any genuine heat between Rollins and Punk. I think they're friends, they're boys. This is all a work.
This is first, yes.
But if there is any ounce of genuine heat, that could be a reason why they don't have a program, and maybe they just override that and go straight to, you know what? Let's run with it. Punk over Roman at Mania.
This is the difference between WWE and AEW, is that WWE don't tolerate it. They have zero tolerance, and they have manager structures from bottom to top. Compared to AEW, that is just chaos no matter what department or anything you go. It could be creative, it could be producer, it could be director, it could be writers. There's no direction. With Punk, there's actually a direction. He's following it. And I think it's going to work really great because I really don't see him having any personal issues. And if you do have personal issues with one or the other, WWE will still not tolerate because they have a zero tolerance for it. And I'm sure this was way discussed when that deal was being signed.
We're going to have to wait and see how it plays out. I will say this. I don't think WWE has ever been as interesting as it is today, because there's just so many characters, so many storylines, so many possibilities, so many scenarios. Which ones will play out? And at the end of the day, you know what's going to happen? I'll tell you what's going to happen. Whatever's going to make them the most money is the route they're going to take. And that will be tested over this holiday season. So all these new faces, same place, the Ordens, the Punks, the Rhodes, the Rollins, the Reigns. Who's selling the most merch? Who's making the most money?
It's like Cody
That's the most
said.
demand.
It's like Cody said at the press conference. If you could come and help, hey, come on board.
Yeah, no, Cody's 100% down with Punk coming back, man. I am too. Listen, I agree with Punk on on two things. This business is about making money, not friends. And number two, I agree that he is home. I know I've been on record on this show over the last 2 years. At least one time, I know I've said something like, I don't know when it's going to happen, but Punk will eventually come back.
I just think he needs to finish the story right. But Savage, I will say, if 3 to 6 months everything goes smooth, AW just looks like fools just picking Jack Perry over CM Punk.
All right. I honestly, I don't want to waste a lot of time with NXT tonight, because NXT tonight for me, I didn't hate it, but this first match showed me how good Humberto is, and how good Los Lotharios can be. But at the end of the day, Tony D and Stacks are on a run right now, and
it was good. It was entertaining. It had spots. This was a good match. This was a good opener.
This was probably it's not the match of the night, because I thought the main event stole the show. I thought.
You can argue with that, yeah. But this was good. This was good. Obviously, we all know Tony D and Stacks going to win, but this was a good match. It was a good opener. Started from the top. They were fighting as soon as we got live.
I think they lost because they're headed back to Santos Escobar's corner, is what I think.
That's what everybody thinks. But I'm still going to pick Wild and Del Toro, but we'll see.
I'm going to have to find out. Wait and see. This was actually good. This part I liked, because it's building up some character for Nathan Frazier, who opens his mouth, basically talking a lot of trash, saying that if he had to pick between Corbin's life and Dragunov's life, obviously he'd pick Corbin's life. This rubbed Dragunov the wrong way, and he made sure that they would have a match later in that night, which we would get into. But this was actually well done, Jay.
Those are the two guys right there in the mask.
Yeah, I had that up there. I wanted to actually talk about that.
They will pop up soon. But this was good. I had no problems with this either. No problem. Very good.
Yeah, I thought this was very well done, and did a lot for Nathan Frazier. We have Jerry the King Lawler right now, and he's going to give us his picks for the Iron Survivor Challenge. And he picks Braun Breaker.
What is he, Savage? What is Eddie Thorpe? I'm sorry, what?
He's Native American.
So you looked him up?
No, I know he's Native American. His grandma told me. She lives down the block.
You should get this guy as you climb.
I'm not interested. Kiana James versus Kalani Jordan also are the.
When did Jerry Lawler know Kiana Jordan? Let's be real. these picks are so.
Don't disrespect Jerry the King Lawler.
He's reading a freaking blue card.
He's not even. He doesn't have a T-shirt on, man. This is great.
What's with the knights? Like, what the? I get it, you're the king, but come on, you need knights in your house.
This is the best. This is maybe the best picture of the night right here. Maybe
he's reading cue cards, but he looks zoned out too. I don't know. Maybe it was the two nights next.
I'm dying right there just looking at that shit, man. But here's your Iron Survivor qualifying matches that are going to happen tonight. We have Johnny Gargano. They have a whole video package for him. And you know what's crazy is the video package. This is the video package they should have shown on Monday Night Raw to the bigger audience to let them know who Mr. Johnny Wrestling is. But no, let's just play it on NXT where everybody already knows who he is.
And you saw the big pop he got compared to last night when he came out.
Absolutely, man. We have Briggs and Jensen over here, or Jensen and Briggs. I don't know.
Whatever,
Apparently,
more clues.
JBL sees something in these guys. The big guy was a little impressive, but we have Lexus King. He's getting his hands mixed up in all kinds of business tonight. And this is going to turn into a match.
And you know what, Savage? I'm sorry to cut you off, but
No,
Lexus King, when this all happened, he's improving. And I think that was the big thing. I think the word of the night for NXT is improvement, because we saw it across the board. And I told you, he sounds like he's just memorizing stuff. Over here, it just came very organic. I liked it. I thought it was good. I really did. Can't hear you, brother.
Yeah, sorry. I said this was good because I want to actually see more from Lexus King. So just that factor there makes it automatically good. And you know what, Jensen was good too. We're going to get a match from them later in the night tonight on NXT. Yeah. Yes. And there's a lot to talk about though for NXT. When Nikita Lyons over here,
she looked like she lost weight. She looked like she lost weight finally. Oh,
yeah, I really think she can be the NXT Women's Champion right now. Like she can come in and be the one to beat Lyra Valkyria.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me, man!
Come on, man. I say Nikita Lyons for president.
What are you talking about? You just like you got a big butt. It is.
Are you ready for your first Iron Survivor qualifying matchup over here?
Yes, I guess.
What do you think about this match? And the fact that Roxanne Perez comes out and basically cost Kiana James the match. She's ringing the bell. Kiana doesn't know what the hell's going on. Kalani Jordan able to pick up the win.
Yeah, Savage, I had a problem with the finish because Kiana James just put her away and she was really at the cover. I think Perez was a little late on that spot, so it kind of made Kiana James look a little stupid at the end. But overall, Savage, I told you the key word is improvement in NXT tonight. And this was improvement for Kiana Jordan. I truly am buying into her. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Yeah, the match was rough and green and had its moments, but the more she gets ring time, the more she's improving. I really thought she improved here in this match.
Look who's in the chat. It's Luis Tommaso.
Whoa!
What's going on, buddy?
How
you doing, man? Since we got Lewis in the chat, we might as well finish the rest of this. Before we finish NXT, let's just remind you can all watch No Man's Land on Premier Streaming Network. Sign up today, $9.99 a month. A very good deal. You get access to all kinds of independent professional wrestling all over the world, and you can watch Savage do his thing at the battlefield. And God only knows where else. But for now, it's Battlefield Pro Wrestling. Tomorrow, we may or may not, hypothetically, film episode 9. But if you missed it last week, we filmed episode 8 of The Party with Marty. Will Marty lose his foot? You might want to watch it if you want to know the end. You can meet the Black Dahlia December 16th, 2023 at Icons of Wrestling Convention Fan Fest. She will be there with Nikki Duke. She will be there with Ultraviolet, and she will be there with Zaya Brookside. All together. I'll be there. I'll have cookies. I'll have milk. Come on down to Santa's Savage Workshop and get yourself the deal of the day by meeting all 4 ladies for $80. It's a good combo. While you're at it, go to Pro Wrestling Tees, pick up a t-shirt for me. You know, why not? Support Wrestling with Savage. It's a good, you're either a Savage guy or you like the shirt. You can also go support Wrestling Universe. They have a store on there as well, the Wrestling Universe. And you can also go buy a Marty Jannetty Party with Marty t-shirt, ProWrestlingTees.com. Wrestling Universe, a couple of updates on signings. There's a lot of signings. There's always a lot of signings. And they're all on the website, thewrestlinguniverse.com. So if you want to learn more about all the big signings they have, yes, make sure you're there. And also, it's a good idea to keep this date in mind.
Yes.
What's going on, everybody? This is AEW star Swerve Strickland. And December 29th, I am coming to Queens, New York, the Wrestling Universe, for a signing between 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. Get your reserves. Get there. Let's hang out. Let's have a good time. Whose house? Swerve's house, baby.
Yes, it will be Swerve's house, December 29th at the Wrestling Universe, 19907 34th Avenue, Flushing, Queens, New York. And you can meet Swerve Strickland. I believe Prince Nana's probably going to be there. It's going to be crazy. There might be another surprise guest there, but it's going to be a hell of a day, a hell of a party with Savage, with Swerve. Come on down. You all know whose house it is. One of the hottest guys in all of pro wrestling right now. It's Swerve Strickland, man.
Yeah.
Also, you can meet Massey Madden. Maximum male models are going to be in Wrestling Universe. Riddle. You can meet Matt Riddle. You can meet Alberto Del Rio. You can meet Spike Dudley. One of my favorite days of the year coming up is going to be February 10th, and that's going to be ECW Day. I mean, just look at all these names here coming at you, man. All these guys are going to be in the building on the same day. Also, the Queen of Extreme Francine will be in the house with Shane Douglas, Raven, Sandman, Todd Gordon. Absolute legends will be in the house. And also, look at this guy. Mr. Rob Van Dam will be in the house, and he is currently scheduled to be on the Party with Marty podcast very, very soon. So I'm very excited to record that.
Miss you, brother.
Dude, shit's
It is your house, Lewis. It is your house.
CM Punk, NXT. I wonder, Jay, do you think we're going to see CM Punk on an episode of NXT?
Not anytime, no. I just think he's more like a part-timer. I think that's how you got to treat him, especially with his age. I wouldn't be surprised if they book him here really frequently, but then it starts to diminish in front of our eyes. He's an attraction. You got to treat him like an attraction, not like a regular.
We have AJ Lee Jr. over here, Roxanne Perez, Costin Kiana, James the Match, Kalani Jordan picks up. We got a promo from Alpha Academy. They're pissed off at Meta 4. We have another anonymous video, or actually, this was a video. Pretty much shows that Lexis King was the one that probably attacked Trey.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
I don't believe it either, but
I feel like he goes there, but then we see Hayes doing it.
We're probably going to see another clip of maybe like Hayes getting involved somehow, some way. What'd you think?
You know what? I have a feeling Trick knows too.
Probably does.
After what I thought tonight.
Breaking news here, Chase. You guilty of all the allegations. They are in financial trouble. Chase, you could be closing down.
Savage, this is really corny and cheesy. This is probably the cheesiest we ever saw. Yeah. I can't believe we waited weeks for that.
All right. This match should have been over a lot sooner than it was.
You know the guy more than I do. You
should have been over. Should have been over. Listen, they tried to make Eddie Thorpe look representable with some kind of backdrop suplexes, but then Braun just gets up after every suplex. He gets suplexed. Just listen to this, Jay. He gets suplexed like 4 times, okay? And then just gets up and spears him and pins him. And that's the end of the night for Eddie Thorpe. And that's the end of what I even want to say for that match. Braun Breaker wins as he should.
He's a beast. He's a beast. I still got him. 2024 is going to be his year. 2025 main event at WrestleMania.
We're going to have to wait and see. We got another program here between Trick Williams and Carmelo.
You see, right here, I was convinced.
Why were you convinced right here?
Because Hayes was like, yeah, it's for Guy, right? Yeah, you right, dog. And then when that happened, Trick looked at him like, yeah, don't worry about that, man. That's all in the past. And he looked at him like, yeah, like I know what's up, man. I know what's up. So I am convinced that Hayes did it, and Trick does know. I am convinced. I think we'll see it in the video.
Well, here we have Ava Rain.
Wow, I know her.
Basically schooling Roxanne Perez on something Shawn Michaels had informed her on, that there's going to be a chance for all the people that have lost to still have a chance to get into the Iron Survivor.
She's so green, even with a segment. She's so green with a segment.
Well, she's got green pants on. I don't think that helps.
But come on, like 2 lines, you sound like, well, Roxanne, I don't think it would be like that, man. Like, come on, what the hell are you?
Kiana James ends up getting into the locker room and starts a big brawl with Roxanne Perez. Obviously, they're going to have a match at Deadline. They give us a little video package on this man
all
here.
Good. Something they should have done in the main roster.
Yeah, they've already taken care of this guy in Monday Night Raw now. They
could do a little better.
They've given him pretty good moments so far on Raw. We'll see.
Yes, for Alpha Academy. You're right.
Dragunov is a beast. He's going to have a match right now with Nathan Frazier, and I could almost pick this as match of the night because it was very good. It was a very solid match, and I just love the way that Dragunov really played off that moment that they had earlier in the back and just, basically beat the shit out of this guy, hit him with his finisher like 2-3 times, on purpose, didn't pin him. He just kept going with it. And then the best part was this. Corbin coming on the screen, talking hella shit. And honestly, this might be the best thing that they've ever filmed with Corbin as far as words coming out of his mouth.
I'm just surprised we saw a little too late. I mean, where was this when he was partnered with JBL? This would have made the perfect sense, right? JBL has a bunch of money, and he could pack it to wear Corbin's gimmick and have him money and live rich and live with his family, his beautiful wife, his kids. It should have happened years ago, Savage.
He don't need JBL, and this video proves it. Corbin is the future world champion, I promise you.
You had them partner up. You could have done this, obviously get JBL off in the weeks. This would have been it.
I'm not going to go into the past about what was and what isn't. Right now, as far as Corbin's concerned, he's hitting on all cylinders right now. And
I'm going to say all that.
This version of him is the best he has looked in a long time since his original NXT days.
But I can't say that to a guy that only won one title in 10 years or 8, whatever it is. I cannot say that.
I can say to somebody, I think he's going to win 10 more titles in the next 10 years. So
then you got Eddie Thorpe's going to be the North American champion, right?
What was up with this right here? Who's this girl in the back over here? Who is this, like a stalker?
Savage, but it looked like a dark, evil Roxanne Perez, and I'm all for it. I don't know if that's Dakota Kai or Roxanne Perez. I don't know who it is, but
I don't know who it is either, man. I really don't know who that is. Now, what the hell is up with this? Like, Ariana Grace is apparently taking on a Kung Fu master, 10th degree black belt.
She's a black belt, yeah, she's true black belt.
All right, we're going to get Ariana Grace versus Carmen Petrovich. But first, we're going to hear from Metaphor.
That's all you.
Listen, Jay, these guys are swag, bro.
I fast forwarded.
They are swag. Look at them. They are 2023.
You told me you understand every syllable Norman Dar spoke to them? You're lying. You think? You said probably. You probably missed a word or two. Like, what are you saying?
Noam Dar is one of the most phenomenal wrestlers in the world. Pound for pound, he is excellent.
10 years ago, when 205.
Even right now, man, his most recent work on NXT, yes.
When he was fighting Enzo Amore, 205.
What do you mean, bro? His match with Chad Gable was absolute crack last week. Stop it. Stop it.
Look, it gets worse to worse. Go ahead.
Why are you hating on the Heritage Cup? I would
stupid.
This guy's client. I'll take a guy like Noam Dar and turn him into the world champion like this. Like this.
I think we're losing people watching the show right now. So here it comes. We went from worse to hornswoggle. Go ahead.
Now this was kind of wild because I think he was under the ring filming this live, and
hornswoggle. That's what he is.
Ariana Grace is going to have a match, and these commentary people are like, "Is he still under the ring?" They don't know what the hell's going on. Here's Carmen, and Ariana Grace is going to basically get this win here. Real easy too.
I think
big assist from Joe Gacy though.
This was retarded, but I'm sorry, stupid. But for me, I think there was improvement there as well with Carmen and Grace. Savage. It's all about improvement, and Grace really did improve tonight. I'm impressed. I think Carmen needs to chill with the kicks. It's just a little phony here and there when she does it. She needs to chill out.
I did see improvement in their ring presence and work as well, but I think Ariana, she's been solid for a while as far as like personality. Yes. Wesley going to have an interview. Now we're going to get to this crap. And by crap, I mean just that. I wasn't a fan of this match. I think this actually hurt Lexis King to even have this match. I think this hurt Lexis King to even have this match with such a useless bum. But
I thought it was good. I really thought it was a good match. I'm surprised you said that. I thought Lexus King really.
He got the win, but over who? Someone that's a loser.
But he did not look bad as a loser tonight. He actually looked decent.
No, you're not wrong. No, listen, he got the win. He did the finish, but obviously there was an assist over here.
And we saw Lexus King's finisher, and I like that too. That was a good finisher too.
I didn't have a problem with the finish. I just had a problem with the match itself. Like, this should have been a better opponent.
It's just crazy how this guy is carrying himself as a star compared to what he was about a year ago. It's just blowing my mind. It really is. Like, I really feel NXT is a true performance center. They could get anybody, no matter how green you are, and really get you over if you put in the hard work.
And then on top of that, we have he has
this.
So it's not even a clean win. You know what I mean? So, but I guess that's his character anyway. He's always going to be.
Why did he do it?
We're gonna have to wait and see. I don't even know why, man.
Man.
I don't even know why.
Because he knows he did it on trick. I'm telling you.
Here's the main event, Jay, and I'll let you take this one, man. I'll tell you what I think after. What did you think about this main event?
Yeah, this was the match of the night. I think we're seeing a lot of things from all guys. First of all, you're seeing Cameron Grimes. You're seeing Johnny Gargano. This is how you have to book these guys. You have to tell who these guys are, and you have to book them in matches like this. These guys delivered tonight compared to what Gargano did last night. Cameron Grimes, he's basically, I guess he's a mid because he's taking losses for whoever. I mean, he took the loss with Grayson Waller, for God's sakes. And Waller has more losses than wins. But these guys all shined. I just wish they were booked better. I also wish Bronson Reed was booked a little better. Yes, I know they had the battle of the Giants, Ivar and Bronson Reed, but that match last night was quiet. Let's face it. It was crickets till they started beating the hell and going on the outside to get people's rise. And I like it. But all three of these guys need to book well. We all know Wesley was going to come with the win. I liked all the spots. I liked the power bomb. I liked every single spot these guys were doing. And Wesley was impressive. The cardiac kick, yeah, was a little nasty because I think Grimes just ran into it too quick. But it is what it is. Wesley, Dominic Mysterio 1 week from Saturday.
Yeah, I think Wesley is going to actually win that match.
I agree.
I think Dom's timing.
And that could be the downfall for Judgment Day to start losing titles. Not Rhea, but
not Rhea. No. Rhea, I think, will stay the leader of the Judgment Day permanently, and I think she will retool the Judgment Day as she sees fit. So if someone becomes a liability or a loser, Rhea Ripley will get rid of them, bring a replacement in. Obviously, we've seen she can recruit people. She just recruited Drew McIntyre. She's already was trying to work on Randy Orton. I mean, Rhea Ripley knows what she's doing.
Yeah, Savage. I agree with everything you're saying, and I truly feel Priest is going to be on his way out. I feel he's going to turn on him to be on his way out, but I still have it. No matter what you say, Jay, you're crazy. We don't know what's going to happen at the Rumble. I still got Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch, WrestleMania 40 in Philly.
It's a big match.
Your match.
I can't even argue with you because Becky Lynch is still the most marketable superstar that WWE has right now. She probably still sells the most merch above all the other women. Yeah, you're probably not wrong. Do you think we see Tiffany Stratton in the Women's Royal Rumble?
I think that's the problem. Where is Tiffany Stratton?
I think she's working on her game right now, man.
But why are they treating her like this? Is there a step back? Does she need a little more training, Savage? These are questions that we need to start asking ourselves because we do not see her on TV. And when you do see her on TV, you only see her in 10, 20-second segments that go nowhere.
I think she's the part of that list that just needs some fine-tuning right before they're ready to just burst into superstardom. I think she's right on the verge of being that star that they so desperately want to create, and she'll be another homegrown talent.
Right.
No, not yet, but she has all the tools. She has all the tools. I can see her eventually working a big program with Jade Cargill too one day.
And how long does Roxanne Perez need to be in NXT? I think it's truly over. I mean, how many people can she elevate? like come on.
Yeah, I don't know what the holdup is, especially when you need so many new women's tag teams to be on either Raw or SmackDown. And you know, there's plenty of talent to bring up from NXT that could help, you know, instantly fill that gap. You know, a big way you could do it is start having, you know, more women's tag team matches randomly, even if it's once a week, twice a week, by introducing new tag teams with a video package and then a match.
Yeah, but that's the problem. The women's tag team is a joke, especially the champions. So how can we do that? And if we do that, is it really going to go anywhere?
I don't know, but you got to at least try because you have the titles. If you're not going to try, then get rid of the titles. What's the point of having the titles if you're not going to have any substance, any storytelling? I mean, what they're doing with Chelsea Green right now, they're pretty much just throwing
Making a joke.
They're throwing names at a dartboard and just, you know, wherever it lands.
She didn't do nothing last night. She was a joke.
Not at all. Not at all. Well, we went a little over tonight, but there was a lot to talk about. Survivor Series. Overall, a much better Survivor Series than I've seen in a long time. I had fun with it. Sick moment that will go down in history as one of the bigger moments that we've seen in a long time. Tomorrow, a lot to talk about as well. All Elite Wrestling, their response. Are we going to hear anything? You know how over there they like to name drop and all kinds of nonsense for clout or, you know, pop reaction or whatever. So it's going to be interesting to see if Punk's name even comes up tomorrow during commentary or during, you know, any part of the night. Also, they beat WWE in the SmackDown ratings last week, but I keep reminding people that, first of all, ratings, A, they don't matter, and B, that was on WWE's secondary network for SmackDown, which is FS1, which most people don't even know about or don't even have. So, you know, the people that were trying to watch SmackDown that aren't, let's say, the most bright, they're like, oh, there's no SmackDown tonight. Okay, that's it. They're not going to go out of their way looking for it.
I just, you know, both companies make money. I just feel like
no. See, right now,
they both make money.
No,
if I'm a wrestler, at least I have options to make money. I could go here, I could go there.
You're wrong about they both make money, man. Jay,
I will say this, though. I will say this. That when these guys, Tony Khan, everybody over there, when they saw what happened Saturday, I'm pretty sure it was a slap on all their faces.
Absolutely. But to end the show, I'll say this. They make some money, but WWE makes more money on a Sunday at 4 o'clock than AEW does all week long, bro.
But they still got money. They still got millions of a guy that doesn't know
not profitable money, though. Not profitable money. They have money that's being
profitable.
Let me talk. They have money that's being infused into an account from Daddy. And just like Daddy,
but it's unlimited money.
No, it's not unlimited money. There's no such thing as unlimited money.
Football team and football team.
After 10 or 15 years, after 10 or 15 years, eventually one of his accountants or lawyers or someone's going to get in his ear and say, look, we can't take these hemorrhages any longer. We got to cut cords. And bottom line is this. There will be a WrestleMania 100. Will there be a Revolution 20? I don't know. I don't know, but there will be a WrestleMania 100. There will be a WrestleMania 200 as long as this planet lives and breathes and spins around the universe and the sun warms us up every single day. There will be a WrestleMania, and that's why I watch until the day I die, which won't be anytime soon. So stick around because Savage is going to change the landscape, and if I have anything to do with it, AEW will be the reason why I joined WWE, so I can crush them and kill them myself. Wrestling with Savage.
See, so I had to be quiet because he was cutting the promo. So.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, proud to you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.